Hey everybody, this is Demari. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be doing the 2020 New Year messages for the sign of Libra. Now, just to let you know the format, firstly I'll be pulling the energies that you're leaving behind in 2019 using the Dark Mirror Oracle deck. Then I'll be pulling the energies for this year, 2020, using the Work Your Light Oracle deck. And then finally, I'll be pulling some messages for you using the Wild Unknown Tarot. So let's get stuck in. So, Libra, what's going on with you now then? So what is it that you've left behind in 2019? Or rather, at least what it is that's going to be on its way out if it isn't already. So what energies have been healed within Libra in 2019? What conflicts, fears, insecurities, the shadow self revealed that has been healed and resolved in Libra? Interesting. So many signs have been getting this masquerade. I feel like a lot of us had been wearing a mask for some time, particularly last year. And I think we all do to some extent. But I feel like last year was really just the breaking down of these, just these masks that we wear, you know, these faces that we put on in society to be seen in a specific way, whether it's to be respected, admired, loved, seen as an icon, seen as someone to look up to, an inspiration, right? But I feel like a lot of us just got sick of projecting a false image, or got sick of having to feel like we have to meet some criteria or live up to expectation. So I think a lot of people really did start to bring that down, just to take off the mask and reveal who they truly are, who they are at their core, what matters most to them. And those who had been wearing a mask for so long, this was a very painful process, because obviously if you wear a mask for that long, you start to think it's your real identity, right? You kind of accept it as your norm. So when that's deconstructed, whether it's you realizing and choosing to do that piece by piece, or the universe essentially forcing that upon you, that can be a very painful process. And I feel like for you, Libra, there were some realizations that came through last year. I think you realized there were some aspects of, the projected personality that was not really as authentic as it could have been or should have been, right? That there were things about it that were actually kind of toxic, and you've been really processing and working on that, because you don't want to fulfill a role based on what pigeonhole people want to put you in, right? You want to just be how you are, how you feel as you feel, rather than being expected to fulfill a role. And that's what I feel like is most prominent in this energy for you guys in particular, Libra, is that you are turning around and saying, I'm not playing this part anymore. I'm done. I'm not an actor, I'm not an actress. Okay, some of you might actually be, but in terms of your real life, you're like, I'm not playing this part anymore. That's what I'm getting from this, right? I don't want to fulfill this role because it's not me, right? So that's really interesting. So let's see what it is that you are moving towards then, Libra. So we know what you're leaving behind. Some of you already have left behind. So what is it that you're moving towards now that we're in 2020, Libra? Wow, okay. Nice. So you got Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising. You are the Oracle. That's awesome. So this really is talking about, you breaking down these preconceptions of who you are, and you bursting out in full glory as you really are, okay? Letting your light shine, not dimming it for anyone anymore, right? Just being who you are, completely unfiltered, and allowing that light and inner beauty to just radiate, which is great. That's exactly what you need to do. So I'm really glad this came through for you. Also, I feel like rainbow energy is going to be really important for you guys. So Particularly if you're artists or creatives, you know, use lots of different colors at this time. I feel like that's going to be very helpful for you in regards to your ascension, for healing, for really helping you to bring out this inner light and love that resides within you, inner beauty. Play with the rainbow colors a lot, okay? You may use that as a theme in your artwork, or use it in some way in social media, or whatever it is that you do. But I feel like rainbows are going to be really good for you and important this year, okay, as an energy, and also as a color spectrum, okay, using those different colors, the variety, okay. So that's really beautiful. I love that. That's really saying the universe is helping you to raise your vibration, and that your frequency is changing quite dramatically. Can you, I mean, if we put this side by side, I mean, they couldn't be any more different, right? They're worlds apart. So you're going from this to this. I mean, that's massive, right? And that's great. That just shows that, you know, the progress you're making is huge. That you're not afraid, if you were initially, that you're not afraid anymore to step out of this space and just embrace the light that's so prominent in you. You know, you are the pillar of light. So that's awesome. I love that for you, Libra. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Wild Unknown Tarot to clarify, well, to gain insight really into what you need to be aware of for this year, for 2020. The first card will be in relation to your focus for the year. The second card will be discussing the divine guidance that's coming through at this time. And then the final card will be in relation to the overall outcome. Okay. So give it another shuffle and then we are good to go. Okay. So. Wow, just like that. Okay. Wow, okay, that's interesting. It's just one of the cards you got in terms of the outcome is exactly the same one Virgo got, so that's really interesting. So I don't know why, but that may be prominent to you somehow. So there might be something significant with a Virgo here in regards to this awakening, okay, or this ascension. You may be connecting with a Virgo at some point along this journey. Anyway, just putting it out there. So in regards to your focus for the year, you have the Father of Swords in reverse. So this is your energy, okay? Air energy, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. So I feel like, yeah, you're really working on how to come out of this steely energy, because the King of Swords can be someone who's obviously very experienced, very battle hardened, very left-brained, very no-nonsense to the point, very assertive, very dominant, very proud, but very logical, right? And I feel like you're kind of being guided to come out of that space a little bit, because you may have been too much in that energy, okay? So you may have not been letting your inner light, your inner wisdom, the more like water energy, should we say, come through you at this time. You've been really fixated in this energy. And it may be that this time you're requiring a softness, right, that you're not used to projecting. And that may be necessary at this time for you to really open up and embrace that spectrum, you know, of light, and embrace the healing, love, loving, abundant frequencies, and to really channel this inner light out into the world, right, to project it out into the world. So in order to do that, you can't be in this energy, right? So you're being softened down a little bit, and you're being asked to soften it down a little bit so you can open up, and you're not afraid to be vulnerable, you're not afraid to connect emotionally with others, that you're not afraid to show your kindness, show your inner light, your inner wisdom, that you're not dimming it down to protect yourself, right? Because you don't need to, you have protection, but it's required that you share that light, that the world sees it, because it needs it so much right now, okay? So yeah, I love that. Okay, and then in regards to the guidance, you have Five of Wands. Again, this came up just now in another reading. Anyway, so possibly Virgos as well. So yeah, there could be something significant going on with a Virgo here. Anyway, Five of Wands. So obviously not earth energy. What am I talking about? Fire energy. Okay, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Five of Wands to me talks about conflict. This could be inner conflict or external. Okay, this talks about conflict, confusion, but where it's impassioned. Okay, so it's just like almost like frustration, anger. This could be physical fighting. This can be, you know, vicious verbal disagreements. Like I said, inner conflict where you're wanting to do so many things at once and you can't make sense of it. And it's really asking, you know, you're being guided at this time to really work on that. Okay, this inner, I feel like for a lot of you it's inner conflict, that you don't know what to do. You feel like you're being pulled in multiple directions and you're just like, I don't know, I just don't know, right? But the universe is telling you to really calm that energy, to really go within, to really channel, you know, this rainbow frequency, this rainbow energy, okay? And that will give you the clarity, the guidance, so that, okay, actually, yeah, there's a lot of things going on right now. There's a lot of things I want to do, and I can actually do them all, right? Where you're feeling at the moment like, oh my God, it's too much, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do that, you know, it's going to help you to channel everything so that it's harmonizing, so that you find it's every part of your life has its place, right? That you're able to reorganize and recalibrate, you know, how you approach your life, so that things aren't just chaotic and you feel like you're being pulled in multiple directions and you have, you know, no time for yourself, no control over the variables, no idea of what it is that you're actually trying to achieve. It's all going to be streamlined and it's all going to have its place, you know, kind of like I said, the colors of the rainbow, right? Every streak, every color has its streak, right? And they all run parallel to each other. That's kind of what you're being encouraged to incorporate in your life in regards to the different aspects of your life, okay? Finding that equilibrium between all the facets, all the different aspects of your life, and so that they're harmonizing on the same page, right? And then lastly, yeah, the High Priestess. So this is what Virgo got in their outcome. So all of this is helping you to really gain that inner wisdom, that clarity, you know, that inner knowing. Your intuition is going to be raised massively. You're going to have this awareness. You'll understand how the different pieces of your life and the situations that you found yourself in actually fit together. And that actually they're not at odds, you know, that they're actually, you know, with the right approach and with the right perspective, they actually fit together perfectly, right? That all these things have a place in your life and they serve a purpose. It's just that you need to be able to see it clearly and organize it properly so that you understand, you know, where the lines are. There's no blurring, okay? And that also, for some of you, is going to be relevant to your connections. I feel like there isn't necessarily clear boundaries with certain people, and that's adding to your inner conflict because you don't know where the line is, you know? Particularly when you step into this new vibration, this higher frequency, you're going to be getting a lot of downloads. There's a lot of energies that are going to be coming in, and that can be quite confusing. So it's really important that you know, really do this introspective work, that you tap into your intuition and allow that to guide you as to where you should be placing your boundaries and be able to discern your energy from others as well. Okay. So now I just want to pull some final messages for you, see if there's anything else, there usually is, that could be helpful to you throughout the year of 2020. Okay. Okay, a bit aggressive there, but okay. Aha. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay. So, Libra, you have the Four of Cups. So this is really talking about, again, finding that stability, right? So that you don't feel like you have to shut yourself down or shut aspects of yourself off or cut out things from your life that actually have a place, that serve a purpose, that's going to bring you you know, that fulfillment that you're looking for, that balance. Okay, that don't reject something that's actually going to be very healthy for you just because you're too far into your mind and overthinking it, right? Next you have the Sun of Pentacles in reverse, Earth energy. Okay, so we've got all of it here. We've got cups, you know, we've got cups, swords, wands, and pentacles. So, you know, it really is about finding equilibrium on all levels. Okay, and with the Knight of the Knight of Pentacles in reverse here, which is what this card represents, the Sun of Pentacles, this is talking about finding your footing. Okay, finding what it is that where you're feeling lack at this time, you know, where you're seeing lack, there may be opportunity. So that's where that inner knowing and that perception and that guidance from the divine is going to be really, really important for you, because you know, you may be feeling unfulfilled in certain areas of your life. You're feeling conflicted and you're pulled in all sorts of different directions. But it may be partially because you're not able to pan out and see things clearly, and because you're not grounding yourself in the right way. So you may need to do some grounding work, you know, like as I said, go out in nature, or you know, do some meditative work to help you with that. Because, you know, it's going to take time, it's a process, but in order to do that, to start that work, you really need to start going more within and being able to look with this eye here, not just these two here, okay? Because crowning all of that, you have the Sun, Leo energy, okay? This is like the best outcome possible. Right? Everyone says it, we all say it. It's the best card in the deck. It's the best possible outcome. So if you take all of this on board, I mean, as you know, this is a general reading, so it's not going to apply to everybody. But for those it does, you know, if you take these messages on board and you work within yourself and you really, you know, channel that rainbow frequency, that rainbow energy, and you just allow yourself to open up and be the pillar of light, there's so much abundance that's going to come your way, so much bliss, so much happiness, so much love, support, you know, wisdom, all the whole package, right? There's like, it really doesn't get any better than that. So it's worth putting the work in now, Libra, because if you do that, you're going to see massive returns, you know. And I don't mean in just a financial sense. I'm talking about, you know, in terms of what actually makes you feel joy, where you feel happy, where you look at your life and you're like, wow, like I made this happen, you know. And I'm obviously I was supported through it, but you know, I did this and I can do this, and wow, look at how different things are, right? So it's really amazing, you know. I love that you're really being brought out of this space of things being, I'm not really sure, and I'm not feeling my best, and I don't feel like I'm really being myself, I don't feel like I can be myself, to I am just doing me, I don't care what anyone says or thinks, because I'm just going to do me and be happy and just share my joy, right? That's awesome, you know. That's such a good place to be in. So yeah, Libra, I hope this was helpful. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you found it useful, if you found it enjoyable, give it a thumbs up. Do subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, we'll be doing your January monthly reading very, very soon. So take care for now and have a great start to the new year.